How's it going, guys, and welcome to another edition of the JAV News Roundup. For my first news for this edition, we have Yua Mikami doing a HAWK TUA rug pull, maybe? I think if you're a JAV fan, you don't really need an introduction to Yua Mikami, and since her retirement, she has actually been getting a lot of mainstream projects. She's even hosting a reality dating show right now, so that's kinda nice to see her being recognized in the mainstream. This April, in her Twitter account, she posted that she's gonna be launching her own meme coin called Mikami. And it's kind of weird, the whole marketing thing for it was kind of weird. She was posting in English instead of her usual Japanese, and her marketing material was kind of weird. It's mostly targeted at the English-speaking audience. And the post promoting for this meme coin is kind of weird. It's referencing memes like Trump and 69 and 420, and yeah, it's kind of weird and out of character for her and how she conducts herself in social media. Well, at the time when it launched, I created a short about it, but now, a few days after it launched, well, as you can see here in this graph, it seems that the value has been going down. And people who bought the coin are calling her out, but it seems that she's not really gonna be that much affected from it. People are saying, like, if it's kind of your own fault if you fell for this, and I think the Japanese reaction is that a much more popular artist, Gak, also did something similar and didn't get any flack for it. So I think she's gonna get away scot-free from this, but I don't think a lot of people were kind of affected from it. Unless you're really into crypto, I'm not. So if you have any insights on this, maybe you could put it in the comments, or maybe you can contact me in my email. And moving on to some retirement news, and there's quite a lot, and it's kind of sad because some of them are my favorite actresses. And first up is gonna be Akaritani. Akaritani has already announced that she's gonna be retiring at the end of this year. And from her Twitter account, she posted that she has already finished up the shooting for her final JAV. So it's gonna be quite sad when it does release and Akaritani is no longer a JAV actress. But yeah, she's already announced, and she said that it's already been shot and is now being edited and waiting for release. And another one that personally I'm quite sad, it's Amatukamo, who's gonna be retiring, and her last JAV will be releasing around this June, so it's quite sad. There's already been a trailer and a cover photo for it. And from the promotional material, I think it's quite fun. They're doing like a color fight or something like that. And yeah, as I mentioned, she's one of my favorite actresses, so it's quite sad to see her go. But I think as a veteran of the EV industry, she's being recognized, and yeah, I think her contribution has been well received. And even Faleno has made a special page for her retirement, so it's quite nice to see that she's being given all the flowers now that she's gonna be retiring. And another one that's retirement news that's quite surprising this time around is gonna be Amitakita. Amitakita has been exclusive actress from Faleno since her debut, but she has been quite missing this past few months, and I think that her agency Seymour has been kind of having a bad track record of keeping their actresses. Well, Amitakita has announced that she's gonna be retiring soon, and she deleted all her social media related to her agency Seymour, so she changed her social media accounts, and she's still doing an fan club, and she actually is gonna be auditioning to be a model for a modeling agency that has a nationwide audition thing that is going on. So she announced that she's joining that as well. And yeah, as I said, Seymour, they've lost recently Conan Koya, who also had trouble with the agency. Quite sad to see. And Amitakita said that she's gonna be disclosing why she left the agency and her troubles with the agency, but as of now, I haven't seen it because it's exclusive to her fan club, and I can't sign up for it because it's kind of region locked. So it's quite interesting to know. If any one of you have insights, maybe you could contact me for it, and maybe I could discuss it in a video. But yeah, it's quite interesting stuff happening with that agency. And that's gonna do it for the retirement news. Let's move on to some transfers. And first up is gonna be Ryo Asahi, who's gonna be transferring from Madonna to Moody's. And I'm quite happy for this one. I've been a fan of Ryo Asahi since her introduction in Idea Pocket, and I didn't really think that Madonna was a good fit for her, and I think Moody's is a better fit for her, so I'm quite excited to see her. Although I wish she would went freelance, but I think Moody's is doing great as a studio. I think they're my favorite studio right now. And speaking of transfers to Moody's, as I've reported last time, they're doing like 5 big name actresses that's gonna be transferring to the studio exclusively, and they're gonna reveal the second one. It's Waka Misono. I think that people are quite sad and surprised that Waka Misono is gonna be joining an exclusive studio, because she's been doing great in freelance, and her sales rankings has always been in like the top 5 ever since her freelance years. So it's quite interesting to see what she's gonna do as an exclusive. But it's also interesting to note that she announced that she's actually a triple exclusive. She's exclusive to DAS, Moody's, and Attackers. Her first release with Moody's is under the code MNGS001 and is releasing this May 16. And that's gonna do it for my retirements and transfer news, so let's talk about some social media stuff. And first up is actually quite interesting as well. It's another agency trouble, this time with Alice Nanase. Alice Nanase has suddenly announced on her YouTube channel and social media that she has quit her agency, HAWK. And it's due to the mismanagement, she says, about her 5th anniversary project. Alice Nanase, as part of her 5th anniversary, is crowdfunding a photo book as well as a fan event. So if you're a fan of that, maybe you're already aware, but if not, well, that's what she's been busy for the past few months. And she said that her agency was mismanaging the goods and it was bad quality and were disorganized with the fan event that they're planning and other stuff that she wanted to be included in that crowdfunding project that she's doing. And due to this frustration, she said that that's why she quit. And I think she's most concerned with how that crowdfunding project is going to be handled. She said that although that she's quite frustrated with how the agency handled that, she said that the agency is not really that bad, it's more on this specific instance that push her over the edge. But now that she's no longer with an agency, her career is quite in a question right now on what she's going to do next, but I think her main focus is really pushing that crowdfunding project out the door. So hopefully it all works out for her and she finds a new agency or maybe do well as an independent. But yeah, hopefully it all works out for whatever she's doing. And before I end this video, I just want to shout out this cute collab that we have here. It's from Susuru. Susuru is a famous Japanese ramen YouTuber. She's been blogging about ramen and ramen he eats. And he made a collab video with Waka Misono. So Waka Misono actually did a parody of Susuru's YouTube channel. Suzuru has a famous quotation called "Everyday Ramen, Healthy Life." Well, in Waka Misono's parody, it's like "Everyday Semen, Healthy Life," and she's like doing some Gokun stuff here in that video. So it's quite interesting. And Suzuru actually was quite surprised that she was featured in a JAV parody like that. So I think from that interaction when he posted that tweet that they got together and formed this collab, and it's actually quite kind of cute. So I just want to shout it out, and I've linked the video in the description below. And that's gonna do it for me in this edition of JAV News Roundup. If you'd like to keep updating with the happenings in the AV industry, please don't forget to give my channel a subscription, and thank you for watching.